Oh, good Lord, we're finally live. Oh, that took forever to do. I had to restart my phone like 6 times. I have a pizza in the back of the car. Okay. Oh, let's turn down the AC so this way it's not as bad. Finally. Alrighty, so I'm gonna try and do this live stream thing. I'm gonna call it postfacto. And I'm sure somebody's gonna have some correction for me on it. But postfacto is just taking a look at like a debacle that happens on YouTube and looking at it after the fact, after, you know, most of it's been dealt with, and just giving my opinions on everything as far as the best of my knowledge can form an opinion on. So what can I say about the Jontron incident? Alright, Jontron. John, I can't pronounce your last name. I've read it so many times over all of these articles, and I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't know if I'm saying it right. I'm not even going to try. Oh, good Lord. This is what I do. I sit here and I yawn every time I record videos. So I'm sorry. I might as well just call myself the yawning man. I live in the country. There's nothing but farmhouses, farm fields, and little towns. Oh, and a cell town. And it smells like the country. Who won it? Alright, so looking at it after the fact. Wow, it is really bright outside and I have a itch on my eye. Okay. Looking at it afterwards. Some things I want to touch on, some things I don't even want to try. But, John, to say this much, man, I love your content that you produce. You, up until recently, because you stopped producing content for the most part, up until recently, you were one of my favorite YouTubers. The content that you produced off of old video games and later starting to go into movies in the end there, the stuff that you produced was fantastic. And Jacques was just a great character. But your opinions, and while we all should keep them to ourselves, your opinions, I really should have kept them to yourself, but I don't want it to be like a social justice warrior type scenario here. I disagree with them. And I don't think that they were correct and could lead you down a dangerous path. Now, that being said, there are certain things in life that we learn from, and hopefully this doesn't negatively affect you. They are your opinions, and you should... I'm like going around in a fucking circle. They are your opinions, and you should be able to share them to the world. But specifically America, and I've said this tons of times, I've lost jobs because there are workers that have immigrated to the United States and they just can be paid differently than what I was able to be paid, and the company wasn't doing so well, so to keep themselves in business they had to let go of employees and hire employees at lower wage levels. That's not to say that just because those people that they hired were immigrants, that they weren't getting paid fairly. But in any job, you can be replaced by another person that's going to cost less when things and times get hard. It happens. But we're America, all right? The whole idea of going off and saying, this is America, you should keep your own ideas to yourself, all of these people, that have all of this, that, and the other thing, that they should go back to their country because they're destroying what America is. I don't even know if I fully... I have listened to that talk so many times, and I can't wrap my brain around, because I want to make an excuse for the statements. John, we are America. Give us your tired, give us your poor, give us your hungry, your destitute. We will take them. Those people that you don't want, we will take them. That's America, man. We are a nation of mutts. I am German, Irish. I don't even know. I really honestly don't know, because my grandmother was psycho, but I know that I'm German and Irish, and I don't know my biological father, so as far as I know, he was German. So I go with German and Irish. But I'm mainly German. But to sit there and go off and put out this mindset that people need to go back to where they came from, that they're destroying America. A lot of my friends are Hispanic. Some very good friends. I annoy the living daylights out of them, but I love them to death. And there are people that my life is just great because of. Just to speak on that one. And guess what? None of them live up to the ideas that I heard expressed there. So let's go to the next group. I have friends of mine that are from Middle Eastern countries, and I love them to death, and they are fantastic people. And whether their religion, because it's not my place to even really wholly care, whether their religion or their personal views, oh, there's a fire, hello fire, are something that I should be afraid of, I'm not going to be concerned about that. If there was a situation where I have to deal with it, I'll deal with that when I have to. But the ideas that you expressed in that talk, I'm going to go with agreeing with Boogie 2988 on saying that you're learning and finding yourself. And, at my age, which we're the same age, John, at my age, you should have some idea of who you are and some idea of your opinions. So it's not a great excuse, but I'm going to give that. I think that you are well-meaning in the things that you want in life. But the thing that at least the best I can say, if I understood the talk properly and I've listened to it so many times, I think I'm at like 8 times listening to it. The thing that I have to say that really I'm willing to touch on my own personal channel here is that we're America. I disagree with keeping people out. Should there be more of this, let's check, because the world is becoming more volatile as it goes on to an extent, because it already existed. We just know about it more because of news and media. But should we be going through and checking these people and make sure that they're people that aren't going to be a danger to our current society? Yes. Are we going to keep out the bad guys? No, we're not going to. Not all the bad guys are going to be kept out. They'll get here somehow. Just because they have to go over a plane, for the most part, to get here doesn't mean that they can't get a rowboat and sneak onto our shores that aren't protected. Vastly It's a whole other story. Our Coast Guard does a great job. Thank you to the men and women that do that. Because I don't like water. But, John, you're from a multicultural family. My daughter is from a multicultural family. My stepchildren are from multicultural family. And all of those things equal out to the great country that was and is America. Was and is, because America is in a bad place right now. I think we have some things that we need to work on the inside. We need to go, to borrow the joke, we need to go into the Dane schematics, figure out what's going on. But I think that America has the ability for greatness. Again, we're supposed to be the light in the darkness. That's what we have been so far. The light in the darkness. The people that stand there and stand at the edge, then say, screw it, let's walk in, let's help. Is that all you got? Screaming into the night. Is that all you got? We're America. We're here to help. We're America. We are the refuge. We are the refugees. And I think that's something that's being lost out in our culture as it is. And that's something I want to tell you. As somebody that loves your content, as you being a person that I admire, and your ability to build up a channel and a reputation the way that you had, I'd like to emulate that to an extent, minus the current events. But to sit there and make the comments that you did about people that are here or coming here, my answer to that is we're America. That's what we're for. That's what we're founded on. There is a vast country out there. Not just like little Chicago, little New York, little Los Angeles, massive Texas. Texas alone, shoot, we could fit plenty of people in Texas. Texas is just this little eastern portion. I think it's eastern. Never eat. Eastern portion. I might be wrong. Tons of cattle ranch that direction. We can always expand into it. The smell goes away once the poop goes away after a while. We can build into that. We have all of this section in America. This massive portion of America. And we haven't even touched it all. There's plenty of space for everyone here. We can all work together. We can see each other's potential. Do I agree with the cultures of every place? No. Do I agree with China? No. Do I agree with North Korea? No. I don't think many people do. But do I agree with that? No. Are there things that I don't agree with in different religions, in Buddhism and Islamic and Islam and what's another good one? Satanism? No, but there are things inside of, yes, this is a whole other story. There are good things inside of all of those religions. Do I agree with them? All of them? No. But even in Satanism, that's something that people immediately think of as being a horribly bad thing. I'm not a Satanist, but there is that treat others how you would want them to be treated, how you would like to be treated, and how you would like them to treat you. There is that context of be a good person, because damn it all, just be a good person. Do I agree with everything in every religion? No. Do I think that they all have the right to have a place here and be heard? Yes. Shoot, I come from a Judeo-Christian background, and I don't entirely believe with, agree with different portions of the Christian background. There are plenty of things I don't agree with. There are things I don't agree with in Catholicism. Do I believe that they have the right? They're not hurting anybody. And people are going to want to make, some comment. He's making comments about terrorists and muddying up the culture and all of that. The culture in America is everybody. The culture of America is everyone. And John, I think that's the part that stuck out to me the most. After all these times listening to it, is that, you want to ship everybody off. Well, then you better be the first one to step on the damn boat, dude. Sorry about the vape there. I'm in the car, taking a drive, having to talk to a camera. So sorry about the vape. Do I believe that we need to make a safe space for everybody? No. Oh, good Lord, no. If you can't take it, get out of it. If you don't like it, tough luck. That sucks for you. These safe spaces in schools where people go off and they're like, oh, I need my little safe space. Just deal with it. Not everybody's supposed to sit there and pet your ego. It's okay. It's fine to be told that you're not the greatest person. I'm a horrible person. I'm going to admit that. Perfectly fine. My wife would disagree. Unless we're in an argument. There are things that I just suck at with my personality. And I'm not the perfect person. But do I have the right to be a person? Yeah. Do I belong in America? Yeah. Do other people belong in America? They want to come from Canada, Mexico, Saudi Arabia. Yeah, they do. There's things that we have to do to get them in here. I disagree with some of those things, but I understand that they're for certain levels of safeties and checks and balances. Should we have some form of vetting for refugees? Well, yeah, because historically, in fact, actually, this is a very recent one. So I had a friend when I was growing up, which I don't know if I can say his name. I'm gonna err on the side of caution due to some things that happened with that. Not from me, between me and him, but he was a family friend, and there's some dangers that were involved in that. But he was from Rwanda. His family was stuck in Rwanda. They were not able to get out of Rwanda on time. But down the street from him lived the very same man that harmed his family. Was responsible for that. He wasn't aware of it at all. Didn't know the guy was down the street, living as a refugee. Eventually they found out and shipped his butt back. Those people, they don't belong here. But people like my family friend, he was a good man. He was a refugee. His wife and kids should have been able to get here, and there was no way for him to go back to get them at all. There wasn't a way for him to leave. He would have. He took it on faith and trust. that eventually we would be able to get his family out of there too. That is a situation not related to the terrorist attacks and all of that jazz, and Syria and all of that, where a bad man was able to get over here. Yeah, I'm quoting Trump. No, I'm not quoting Trump. He was a bad man, but they found him. He was able to get through the vetting process, so it misses people. Yeah, but guess what? Again, we're America. We are the light in the darkness. We're the ones that are willing to run in gung-ho, Roger Dodger, do or die. That's what we are. So John, that's the thing that I think. Everything else, I'm either not willing to talk about it, or I'm not really fully understanding because it's just ludicrous. But that's something that, on my personal beliefs, I think is important. Is that America is the land of the free and the home of the brave. We are those that are willing to fight for the rights of other people, for other people to have freedom. And that, I think, is something that's important for every American to understand. I cannot remember for the life of me who said it. But, and I'm going to misquote it, but we, believing so strongly in freedom, the children of freedom, would rather die on our feet than live on our knees. Paraphrased it to heck. It's way longer. It's we too, believing in freedom. I forget it. But the basics was kept there. We should believe in the rights of every man, woman, and child out there to have freedom. We should believe so wholeheartedly that it can be attainable and that we can offer it. We can offer everything that comes with being an American. The right to be able to work, the right to be able to live, the right to be able to make something of yourself. We should be able to offer that. And we should stand true to that promise that we made. Otherwise, we need to send back a certain thing on Ellis Island to where it came from. So, John, I disagree with you, man. I love your content. I think it's very humorous. And I love the reviews that you do. I don't like your opinion. But it's your right to have your opinion. But it's also my right to make a response telling you that I think your opinion's wrong. So, if we can just do this back and forth, that's fine. But I like to sit back and look at the situations that are going on. Dealing with everything like PewDiePie and all that jazz. And I need to stop using jazz after the Bill O'Reilly situation. I am not touching Bill O'Reilly. It's not happening. Do you hear me? I will not touch Bill O'Reilly. It's okay, because he probably doesn't want to touch me either. So, anyways, these are my talks. Post facto. And there's plenty of drama that happens, so I'm sure this will be an ongoing presentation. And yeah, thanks for watching. Oh, okay, so Tech Harness on Twitter, take a look at it. Then Tech, I'm changing the name here, T-E-K Harness, Tech Harness. It rolls off the tongue. I'm going to go ahead and be changing that, but I have a website that's not active. I've got the website. It's not active. I keep getting phone calls from random people in India asking me to build the web. No, I am not going. I do not want your Google listings. This is not relevant. I just want to have my website. If I wanted anything else, I would have called you. It's okay. They're not calling my actual number. Yeah, guys, go take a look on it. It's called Sideline. It's a great app. You don't have to put your real phone number on anything, and you can change out that number. It's a free number. You just have to use it once every 15 days. It's really cool. I just turned it off so it doesn't go to my, so it doesn't go to me. But from time to time, I like to turn it on to see what I'll wind up getting, what kind of garbage. So yeah. All right. Thank you, folks, very much. You guys have a wonderful Sunday. And nobody got on that stream. Oh wait. I'll get it. No. I was gonna get a soda. I'm trying to stop drinking sodas. Alright, so let's take a look at what the chat has. Let's see what people in the chat had to say. Nothing, because nobody's watching me. I'm a loser, baby. So why don't you kill me? I'm a loser, baby. So why don't you kill me? Oh. Alright, so I'm going to leave this up on the Tech Harness YouTube site. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video for whoever's watching. This is my take on Jontron. I know it's deeper than that, but I don't want to touch it. Alright, peace, guys.